What's going on, guys? Rudelinol here, and it's 1:30 in the morning right now. I'm actually not that tired. I had taken a nap earlier, and then I got woken up, and now I can't get back to sleep because I've got code on my mind. So I figured, hey, what better thing to do than to make a code commentary? A few hours ago, you can actually see it in the video if you look down at the timestamp on the lower right. I was recording that at like 11 o'clock, and it went into midnight. And now it's 1:30 because I tried to go back to bed and I still couldn't sleep because I was too busy thinking of this project. And what I want to do with this is this is an attempt for my domain nullshell.com. There is if you look on the left side of it, there's a big sidebar, and that's full of blog posts and updates and stuff where I just talk about what I'm doing with code and how things are going in my life, a lot like these code commentaries. In fact, you're actually going to find some of the code commentaries in that sidebar. But that's getting to be a really, really long sidebar, and to people that have like smaller screens than I do, because I mean I'm running a 1920 by 1080 resolution monitor right now. But the people that are on like netbooks or like mobile computers or like the Nokia 900 or the iPhone or whatever like mobile device you're using to look at a web page, that's going to be one long page. And if it's not like a code page or like a post itself, if it's just the index page, it's going to be like a teeny little bit of text, and then it's going to have this big long sidebar at the left side. It just looks kind of silly. So what I wanted to do was to make it look a little bit fancier, try something with JavaScript, try something maybe with jQuery, because apparently that is an easy and it's fun, it's really simple to use JavaScript library. And I wanted to have JavaScript and jQuery actually control. You have all the list of the months for this year, and then you would click on each month, and that would toggle whether it would display the post for that month or not. And that's what I'm trying to do. So what I needed to do to begin that was start up a PHP script, and that way the PHP script would look through the folder that has all my posts in the hyperlinks on the server, and then from there it would try and categorize them into arrays, or at least like a category of which month, like January, February, March, April. I'm sure you all know like your months of the year. So yeah, from there it would just categorize them, and that's all this code is doing. And I tried to do this sort of thing a while ago, like a long time ago, and you can actually see that page open, that sandbox.php. You can see me running on the lower left hand, I think, lower left hand side of the screen. And I might switch back and forth to that to just see how I did it earlier and try and figure it out. But I could never get it to work. And I think that was because I was using like index arrays. So I tried using associative arrays. At least that's what they call them in PHP, and I think in other languages Python calls them dictionaries. So yeah, that's just the term for it. But I wanted to try that, except the silly thing was I was numbering the associative array, so it almost looked like an indexed array, but I don't know. I didn't even try that logic with the index, because the way I did it in this code was, I think, a little bit different from the one in sandbox.php. But yeah, I mean, that's all I was doing. And I mentioned later on in the comments, the commented code in that file, that I might try with an indexed array with numbers and stuff like that earlier, because that might save us some time from running like the string val function, strval. So you convert like something to a string, and since we're running this every single time before a page loads, that's going to cut down a lot of load time. So yeah, I really kind of got to be a little bit hasty on how I'm doing this. But yeah, what I wanted to do is separate into years, separate into months, and then have JavaScript and jQuery just toggle it open and stuff like that. But yeah, this was really just the first step of trying to categorize them. Now I'm gonna have to sort them into an actual file, and then create like a JavaScript file. But I was actually really pleased with how this video turned out, because it was it was a long video. I did this for maybe an hour, and I think I'm at 7 times speed that you're watching. But other than that, what else can I talk about? The code's out of the way, so let's move on to something else. Today, after like right early in the morning. I've got a 8:30. I gotta get to a soccer field because I am doing soccer this year, and that is actually gonna spend more of my time. So I'll have even less time to code and bring things to you guys because there's just so much piling up. Summer's almost over. School's gonna get started. Church might get in the way because I've got like a communion class at my church. A lot of things to keep me busy, but I've got a soccer game, 11:30 today, and I'm gonna be beat. This is my 4th year playing, so just gonna have a ton of fun though. But yeah, that's another thing on my plate that might bring a little bit more trouble with trying to get you guys some code and some content. Back on the videos, tutorials and stuff like that, I was thinking of maybe doing something with Game Maker because Yo-Yo Games Game Maker, if you haven't heard of it. My old channel, John 8 Pie, I'm gonna push that channel. John, the letter number 8, and the word pie. That's me doing game maker work, and I wanted to do that in this channel too. So I might just have some of those viewers from John 8 Pie go over to Rue de Lanol, because Rue de Lanol is gonna have so much more code and so much more valuable things to them. But it's gonna take me a little bit of time to actually get started. So yeah, that's what we need to worry about. And other than that, there's not much else I want to talk about. This isn't going to be a bad commentary for you guys. Just listen to me think. Speaking of that, during the video, I was trying to watch it at like 7 times speed beforehand, just so I could get a feel for how the video would look for you guys. And I think it was early on in the video. You actually just see me moving the mouse around. I'm not even typing anything. I'm just moving it around, and it looks really silly. But I mean, I'm thinking. I'm trying to read and comprehend what I'm doing, but it just looks silly from an outside viewer. So, and late in the video, you might see me. I'm doing a lot of comments so I can talk to you, like from the code's perspective, and just so I don't look so stupid when I do something silly, I can give myself a little bit of an excuse. But from there, I created a code block rather than that code line at the end of the video. And the code block, what I do inside the code block is I actually start another code block. I'm sorry, comment. I've been saying code block, and I meant to say comment block this entire time. I'm sorry. But inside that comment block, I feel like my last couple of sentences. I was about to say paragraph. Wow, you gotta give me some slack, guys. It's 1:30 in the morning. But yeah, the last couple of sentences I said, like, they might have failed because I was saying code block instead of comment block. But the last code block that I do near the end of the video, I actually put a comment block inside of it, and that way, if you uncomment the top of it and you get rid of the comment, the forward slash and the asterisk, it still has that extra comment, because that is actual like words comment. So I think I wrote like uncomment this for output or something, and I put that inside of another sub comment. I don't think you actually see me doing this video. I might have done it after I stopped recording, but I like doing that when I'm using comments, because that way you're commenting the code out, and you're still leaving yourself a note that isn't really inside the comment. So that way, if you want to run the code, you can, but you still have this little notification. Okay, this is what it does, and you're not screwing your code up, because after you get rid of that comment, you still have the notification comment under the bottom. And I'm doing a terrible job of explaining this because we all know how bad I am at explaining things. I'm sure you'd rather have a visual, but I mean, that's all I got for you. But yeah. So the next couple of videos you're going to see me doing are going to be more of this PHP, more of this JavaScript and jQuery, and I like doing that stuff. And I mean, I've been out of the whole like null shell online, like web server and like web development sort of coding, rather than, because I've been playing with Python for the last couple of days and the last couple of weeks. But I just wanted to get this done before my summer ended, because I knew that I wanted to get this done. That's why I created that code like months ago, the sandbox.php that you can see. And I had done that earlier, but I just never got it right. So before summer ended, I wanted to just throw this out there. But the problem was actually making it. And now that I think back on it, it's a good way to do it. It's just a little complex and it's a little bit of a long process, having the PHP script generate the JavaScript. I was talking about that with a friend of mine, and he said that he probably wouldn't have thought of that. So it made me feel pretty good. But yep, commentary is coming to a close, guys. Thanks for watching. Really, I really do love that you guys can just come on here and check out what I'm doing. But thanks for watching. It'd be cool if you could give me a like, maybe a favorite, subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.